Which mythology is the most indescribable? Egyptian mythology must be on the list. How chaotic are the relationships among the gods that make your heart race? Remember the name Ennead, as it's crucially important. In the beginning, when chaos reigned, there was only the primordial waters of Nun. One day, an egg emerged from these waters, giving birth to the most important deity in Egyptian mythology, Atum, the sun god, Ra. Since birth, Atum was alone in this world, perhaps out of loneliness. The style of Egyptian mythology took a bizarre turn. In his madness, he swallowed his secreted fluids and gave birth to a pair of siblings, the god of wind Shu and the goddess of rain Tefnut. Remarkably, these siblings found love in each other and bore another pair of siblings, Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. As the saying goes, like father, like son, these siblings were no better, continuing the family tradition of incest. They clung to each other until the sun god, unable to bear it, ordered them to separate, creating space for all life. Despite this, Geb and Nut had 4 children, forming the Egyptian Ennead. These siblings, inheriting their parents' bizarre practices, paired off, setting the stage for future love and hatred in Egyptian mythology. The Egyptian mythology stages a Hamlet-esque drama of incest that extends to the 4th generation. Yes, the great Egyptian gods practiced incest, and now the primordial god Atum thought it was time to enjoy some peace and passed the throne to his great-grandson Osiris, the god of agriculture. Osiris was wise and benevolent, seen as a symbol of rulership and order, adored by all creatures. But his brother Set, consumed by jealousy, wondered why Osiris should naturally ascend to the throne, as the ultimate antagonist Set, the god of war and desert, symbolized darkness and chaos. Unexpectedly, it was Osiris who ignited the conflict. At a feast, he mistook Set's wife for his own. Given that these 4 were siblings, it further complicated matters. Osiris not only cuckolded Set, but also fathered a child with Set's wife. Enraged, Set devised a trap, luring Osiris into a beautiful coffin and casting it into the Nile. His wife Isis, unable to bear the thought of her husband lying unburied, retrieved his body. Discovering this, Set dismembered the body into 14 pieces, scattering them across Egypt. With the help of the goddess Nephthys, Isis successfully recovered 13 pieces, but Osiris's crucial organ was consumed by a catfish, hence why ancient Egyptians refrained from eating catfish. At this point, the invisible sun god appeared. He instructed Isis to wrap the 13 pieces, creating the first mummy in Egypt. But could Osiris truly be resurrected? Let's find out. The fantastical mythology of ancient Egypt. Can one bribe the god of the underworld for eternal life in the afterlife? Due to Osiris's resurrection, the concept of reincarnation emerged in Egyptian mythology. Ancient Egyptians believed in animism, thinking that all beings after death would face Osiris's judgment in the underworld. Only those who passed could reincarnate. Failure meant eternal damnation in the 18 layers of hell. Consequently, people emulated the king's resurrection method, applying special preservatives and ointments to the dead, then wrapping them in linen to create mummies, a common funeral practice in ancient Egypt. The wealthy had different practices, believing that their earthly riches could curry favor in the underworld. They offered gold to Osiris, hoping for his special care in opening the doors to the afterlife. Food, fruits, and luxurious items like pillows and cabinets were prepared for themselves, ensuring a refined life even in the underworld. To this, Osiris declared, "Many await my judgment. Even if you bribe, the process must be followed in order." Every soul had to proclaim its innocence before Osiris, with their heart weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the symbol of truth. If the scales balanced, the soul was deemed pure and ascended to heaven for eternal life. If imbalanced, the heart was devoured by a waiting beast, condemning the soul to the 18 layers of hell, never to be reborn. The weighing of the heart in ancient Egyptian culture symbolized judgment and fairness. It was part of civilization, deeply rooted in the values and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. It reminded them to avoid evil and be mindful of the judgment in the afterlife.